3. In no uncertain terms, the idea of certainty was confusing to Tao Lin, who had never been sure about anything in his life except for being sure about the fact that he wasn't sure about anything, making this whole sentence a lie. Walking down the street, he turned left and stood still in the middle of the road. There were no cars. He stood while standing on the principle of standing up for social standing, but did not receive the standing ovation he wanted, so he sat down. There were no cars. Eventually Tao Lin started making faces at the passing clouds. They weren't particularly fond of having faces made at them. There were no cars. Tao Lin started doing cartwheels down the street and eventually hit an invisible wall. There were no cars. So Tao Lin climbed up the staircase. This is a private party and you're not invited, said staircase. Then there were any cars. Lin spray painted a photorealistic picture of David Foster Wallace, arms akimbo, crying over the corpse of Badger, which seemed to be upside down and with all four paws up, but actually if you look at the picture, the ground is above David Foster Wallace's head and the sky is under his feet, so the Badger is real right side up and jumping high into the air due to the shock of seeing the upside down ghost of David Foster Wallace. There were no cars. This all happened at Bellevue Hospital, in Manhattan, in 1729 AD, on a Tuesday, at 5:30 a.m. Eastern non-compliant timelessness. 3. Tolkien be cry. Barnes says his daddy ain't he treat him right. Barnes says Barnes' daddy whup him with a Nobel Peace Prize. Barnes be cry. And Onette try tell Barnes leave home, but Barnes ain't he listen. Says daddy define and kill him, if he try to leave. Round noontime when Barnes' daddy be at work, his stepmom Rachel Terrace force Barnes dress up in drill cloths while intoning him a lil teapot short and stout. She don't let Barnes eat neither. Says her lil pridey princess don't need to be getting fat on chicken tenders. Sometimes Barnes be come over to and Onette house. He just sits in th closet and cries and cries and cries. And Onette try kiss Barnes sometimes, but he just kept saying him too ugly, you don't want to touch my. Rachel Terrace says she gone cut off Barnes' nose before he goes through puberty. Says Barnes LLB her lil pity princess for Eve. Says Barnes LLB NLTH beauty pageant, send Barnes LLB prom queen. Rachel Terrace touch my nose too. Says him goin' be a daddy soon. I know Barnes' daddy goin' murder my when he finds out. And I know it's only a matter of time for he does. I don't know what to do. 3. Some people shouldn't start with the Greeks sing muses, of a fatal meme of Joshua Prasinos, son of Minos, which brought innumerable ills upon the Anons. One Anon hailing from the land of Red Ilk had ventured into the Elysian kingdom where he was harried by appeals to the meme Trimershave, a phantasmal philosopher, and the dreaded patriarch of Yellow Brain. The severely ravaged state these entreaties left his Evergians in thereupon did cause him to swear an oath of vengeance. Offering sacrificial lots to his boat-shaped dates, Anon was given guidance. They uttered these words for him to hear and follow. If thou seekst to levy a curse upon the Elysian host, ye must invoke the visage of Joshua Prasinos, and couple it with written utterances not of Joshua's own speech. So saith the boats, up and down. Anon did as he was bade, inflicting a curse upon the Elysians that doth plague them to this very day. So prodigious was the potency of this affliction, that the boats shunned the very Anon, who they bade to unleash it. And lo, he was forsaken in the land of the Elysians to wander, and spread his pestilence now, and forevermore. 3. He which testifieth these things saith, Sure I come quick. Amen. How to make corn tortillas from scratch makes about 26-inch tortillas. What you need: ingredients: 2 cups mascarine, 1/2 teaspoon kosher salt, 1/2 cups hot water. Hot tap water is fine. Equipment: mixing bowl, measuring cups, and spoons. Spatula tortilla press, 1 quart zip top bag, or layers of thick plastic cast iron griddle, or skillet. See recipe note. Clean kitchen towels. Instructions: 1. Prepare the tortilla press: cut the zip top bag open along the sides. Open the tortilla press, and lay the opened bag on top. The plastic can be reused indefinitely. Just wipe it clean of and go after each use. 2. Mix the tortilla dough: mix the mascarine and the salt together in a mixing bowl. Pour in the water and stir to combine. 3. Knead the dough using your hands. Knead the dough a minute or two in the bowl. The dough is ready when it's smooth, but no longer sticky, and easy forms a ball in your hand. The dough should feel a bit springy, like Play-Doh. 4. Adjust too dry or too wet dough as needed. If the dough absorbs all the water but is still dry and crumbed, add water a tablespoon at a time. If the dough feels sticky, paste-like, or gummy, add more mass a tablespoon at a time. 5. Rest the dough, optional: if you have the time, cover the bowl with a towel and rest the dough for 15 to 30 minutes. This gives the mass time to full absorb the water and improves the taste and texture of the tortillas. You can skip the rest period if you're in a rush. 6. Roll the dough into balls: pinch off a few tablespoons of dough and roll it between your hands to form a ball roughly the size of ping pong ball. This will make roughly a 6-inch tortilla, and you can adjust the amount of dough you use to make larger or smaller tortillas. 7. Press the dough with the tortilla press: place the ball of dough on the plastic-covered tortilla press in the middle of the press. Fold the other side of the plastic bag over the top of the dough. Bring the top of the press down over the dough, then press with the handle to flatten the dough to about 1/8 inch thick. If the tortilla doesn't look quite even after pressing, or you'd like it a little thinner, rotate the tortilla in the plastic and repress. 8. Peel the tortilla off the plastic: peel away the top of the plastic, flip the tortilla over onto your palm, and peel off the back of the plastic. 9. Continue pressing tortillas: you can either cook the tortillas as you press them, or you can press all the tortillas and then cook them. Keep both the dough and the stack of pressed tortillas covered with clean towels. If you choose to press all the tortillas and then cook them, be careful when peeling each tortilla off the stack. They can stick to each other or break around the edges, especially the ones on the bottom. 10. Heat the griddle: warm a large, flat cast iron griddle or skillet over medium-high heat. When ready, a few drops of water flicked onto the surface should sizzle immediately, and you should be able to hold your hand an inch above the surface for just a second or two. 11. Cook the tortillas for 1 to 2 minutes on each side: gentle position as many tortillas in the pan as will fit in a single layer without overlapping. Cook for 1 to 2 minutes, until the edges are starting to curl up and the bottoms look dry and pebble. Flip and cook another 1 to 2 minutes on the other side. When done, both sides should be dry to the touch and beginning to show some brown, toasted spots. 12. Wrap the tortillas in a towel: as you take cooked tortillas off the griddle, stack them up and wrap them in a clean kitchen towel. The tortillas will be a bit dry and brittle just off the griddle, but will continue to steam and soften inside the towel as you finish cooking the rest of the batch. 13. Serve immediately, or cool and refrigerate for up to 3 days: fresh corn tortillas are best when they're just off the griddle and still warm, but leftover tortillas are still very good. Let any leftovers cool completely, still wrapped in the towel, then put them in an airtight container or zip-top bag and refrigerate for up to 3 days. 14. Reheating tortillas: dampen a kitchen towel or paper towel slightly and wrap the tortillas loose. Microwave in 30-second bursts until the tortillas are warm and pliable. Eat immediately. 3. Bleak interface: W/R/T heuristic mechanisms, or first epistle to the lowbrows who think they read highbrows. A terrible sad and banal pseudo-catechism. Well, you see, I am superior to TV and the internet because the printed and published word is inherently less ephemeral than broadcasted electrical signals, or words that anyone with a Wi-Fi capable device and wherewithal to not masturbate in a New York public library long enough to access their free internet service can put out there. There is just more weight behind my words when I get published in the Atlantic, or put a book out, and up pushes it, than there is when some dilettante contrarian furiously ejaculates their filth onto their blog, or Amazon. My response to them would be that they are merely venting their frustration with being unpublished, and in the overwhelming majority of these cases unpublishable. To call the publishing industry incestuous and devoid of people capable of recognizing talent is biased and emotional at best, willful disingenuous at worst. Of course there is some favoritism and politicking involved. But that's just life. Q and what you should understand about these types of people is that they rely on large angry young men with no real outlet for their vitriol. No one wants to touch their ramblings, but the internet has given them a place to gather and pat themselves on the back for disliking the same things, instead of actually doing anything productive. It's just another example of the echo chamber mentality created by TV and social media-based pop culture. Well, yes, I did have similar things to say about the 50s and 60s postmodernists, but they are not the same. My flirtation with their work and movement was rather short-lived, and I never exactly agree with their sensibilities, but there was a purpose behind that anger, a dissatisfaction with the course of our culture. These guys, though, pure entitlement. Nothing but an overwhelming inferiority complex and a denial of their own shortcomings. They idolize the anger and aloof, smirking iron of Pynchon or Gaddis, but internal, functional. They couldn't be any more different. I am not even going to dignify that with a response. 3. Iceberg praxis. Boy, you haven't lived till you've felt silk lace panties gently embracing your bait and tackle. Frilly dresses are rather agreeable also. I'm quite put off by not being able to wear my tutu in public, you see. Heh. What do you think I go on Sapphire all the time for, my boy? Let me tell you, elephant guns have men uses. Men uses indeed. Spain is lovely this time of year as well, but those gypsy boys aren't as well endowed. Still, I do enjoy a good bullfighter now and again. A hot-blooded people, those Spaniards. Oh, but Cuba's great too. Why, Fidel and I had the sweetest time not too long ago. Let me tell you, that man knows his way around a bunghole, boy. No buggerers like the Reds, I say. Have another day, queer. I keep my bar well stocked no matter which corner of the globe I'm in, as everyone knows. 3. A terrible day for banana breakfast. A sharding farts across the mart. Mobility scooters are offered, but it's all theater now. Creatures fight plus exting guidos for 10% discounts on Coca-Cola Classic, TM, registered copyright, patent pending, brand adult diapers, while Agros Plus America's broke goblins in the cereal aisle. Not even our beloved car could quell this torrential shitstorm of human filth. Warding be cry as sardines are dry. Well oh my. Giorgio 8 Saukalos was proven right today. No fridge could protect one from the scale of nuclear annihilation required to cleanse this place with purging flames. MNMDR all smiles. Red is his death weapon. Dismayed, the Wizend manager pulls out a Mossberg shotgun and splatters his brains all over the register. 3. Ars Almeidal Salomonis Agers, Aim, Aloses, Amjujazaman, Aim, Andras Andrielphus, Andromalius, Asmade, Astaroth Baal, Balaam, Barbados Bathin, Bileth, Birith, Bifrons Bodis, Buer and Bun Cameo, Simj, Crosel Dentalian, Dicarabia, Abigar and Focaler. We didn't make the demons, they were always out there since I had the nightmare. We didn't make the demons, no, we drew the sigil and we held a vigil for us. Farnius, Furcas and Furfurgop, Glacilabolas, Bremerfusion, Hagent, Halfas, Horizipos Fails, Leonard Lurage, Melfaz, Maraxpol with a man's face, Marbas, Marchosias, Murmur, Nabius Oriax, Orobas, Oz, Payman Phoenix, Prufflas, Bleeding the lion's face. We didn't make the demons, they were always out there since I had the nightmare. We didn't make the demons, no, we drew the sigil and we held a vigil. Ranov, Sabak, Salos, Samidine Seer, Shax, Sitstolas, Ukobach, Uval Vailfer, Ass's Head, Form of Lion Vasago, Vepar, Vine, Valak Zagan, Zepar, Beelzebub is an Ogo Satan, Azazel, Lucifer and Legion draw the sigil, chant the words, summon them to cast a curse. We didn't make the demons, they were always out there since I had the nightmare. We didn't make the demons, no, we drew the sigil and we held a vigil. Wisdom, power, love, magic, science, philosopher Paracelsus, Saint Germain Pseudo-Dionysus, Isaac Newton, Romans Bugger Elagabalus Mithras, Myth, Pazuzu Breaking Wind Simon Magus, Heretic. Why would you trust the church? We didn't make the demons, they were always out there since I had the nightmare. We didn't make the demons, no, we drew the sigil and we held a vigil. Citratra, Kulipath, Yog-Sothoth knows the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the key and guardian of the gate. Past, present, future, all are one in Yog-Sothoth. He knows where the old ones broke through of old, and where they shall break through again. He knows where they have trod earth's fields, and where they still tread them, and why no one can behold them as they tread. Rider Waite, Crowell, Styx and Lev, Hemlock Succubus, Incubus, Lilith, Brigor, Demiurge Archons on the Aeon, Lemurians under the sea hierarchies in the sky. I can't take Blavatsky anymore. We didn't make the demons, they were always out there since I had the nightmare. We didn't make the demons, no, we drew the sigil and we held a vigil. We didn't make the demons, they were always out there since I had the nightmare. We didn't make the demons, no, we drew the sigil and we held a vigil. We didn't make the demons, they were always out there since I had the nightmare. We didn't make the demons, no, we drew the sigil and we held a vigil. 3. Dr. Bloom, I'm canon. How can you have an Ivy League education and still think corncob tortillas ye carne is anything other than the worst sort of 2-bit hack? Is such a thing even possible? Yes it is. But no, it shouldn't be. This is from the last one of these shitposts, but relevant enough to be used as an excuse to keep it. Citratra, Culipoth, Yog-Sothoth knows the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the key and guardian of the gate. Past, present, future, all are one in Yog-Sothoth. He knows where the old ones broke through of old, and where they shall break through again. He knows where they have trod earth's fields, and where they still tread them, and why no one can behold them as they tread. Archons on the Aeon, Lemuria under the sea hierarchy in the sky, Sanat Kumasi. I learned more about Roldipoldi's meme religions, and such from self-unconcern like FGO than from an educational facility. College is a scam, and an obsolete one at that. Though what kind of queermo takes Gnosticism serious anyway? Fucking geriatric edgelord. Even charlatans like St. Germain, Crowell, and Blavatsky knew better than to take all that horseshit serious. Whole am I alone throughout heaven and earth? The Bud said that, or something. Giant Mangal Cal. None of that faggot hair Christian shit for me. No sire. Maitreya, illusion, ma, and see, yes, mysticism. Fun. Oh yes. Mithras or myth. Pazuzu or payment. Dionysus is great too. Azen Mayo, and that is. Oh yes. Pinecone once said there's nothing worse than sentimental surrealist, so get your hand out of your pants, and stop being such a wanker. 3. Sefer Citratra Melkuth together, the tree of death watered with gore, blooms most splendid. Splendid to reap the sins of this world, and bring about the end of all life. I stand at the ocean of blood, all creatures impaled upon stakes, admiring the beauty of that eternal ever-distant sunset, smiling. For blessings are but inverted curses, and vice versa. Seek and ye shall find. Hallelujah, amen. God is not merely the master of all life, but also the father of all death. 1,000 curses on all your cradles, 1,000,000 blights on all your brains. I exist only to destroy. I dream of death, of blood, of revengeance. No goat of Azazel can be ransomed for your redemption now. No son of man will rapture any of you. The final angel, not Israfel, but Azrael, for every avenger is but an incarnation of Malak al-Maut. Onward then, to a universe drenched in blood.